Let's see how this goes. Hey, it's a bit better. Lockie, hello. Hello. Welcome everyone. All right, Lockie Mac, how are you? Running Aces, scored by Gordon. Sweet Peachy, how are you? And Relaxed Terror, welcome. Goldar, how are you, bud? All right, welcome everyone. So let me just get the battery pack sorted. Dun, 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 dun. Euchman, how are you, bud? To the beach. Right, let me just chuck that in there. Right, is that charging or is it flat? That's good. Excellent. From Sweden. Anada, how are you, mate? Welcome everyone. All right, so what we're doing today, famo, is we've come down to the beach. We've had a storm for the last few days. So hopefully with that storm that came down, it stirred things up a bit. The beach is looking really good. This is nearly winter weather patterns. There's a little bit of a gutter in front of it that's smashing everything up, okay? And on top of that, high tides in a couple of hours. So let's see how we go. Oh, Rhino, FA Cup last night, bud. Liverpool won. So it was a bit late morning, son. You know what I mean? A bit of late morning, mate. All right, let's go. Welcome. Barsby, how are you, mate? Welcome. All right, let's go. Let's get ready. Excellent. Right, so we've got the right lens for what we're doing. Chief of the West, how are you, bud? What's going on? No. Till I've had a late one. That's the way, Barsby. Killer Reflex, how are you, bud? Welcome, everyone. Okay. So, fam, got a couple of new things happening today. I managed to get my hands on some 80-pound fire line, right? So with the 80-pound fire line, we've put that on the battle reel, right? And let's see how we go. Now, one thing I need to do is I need to change the title of the stream. Oh dear, don't you just love Streamlabs? All right, let's see how we go. Chuck that in there. Right, big one set. We'll just get the small one set now. Tony Clams, how are you, bud? Let me just sort this out, fam. Right. That's all right, fun. No, we're streaming for free, mate. Yeah, we when we had the run-in with the platform last year, and I went across to YouTube, which we got partnered. Okay, so yeah, no more subs. The best thing about that is, famo, no ads. Okay, so yeah, no ads. Brilliant. Oh. So just enjoy the stream. We've got a nice clean screen, okay? No ads, no subs, no cheers, no fake dono goals or anything like that. Right. Oh, well, you're lucky, fun. Just give me a second, famo. Let's just get rid of this for a second. Yeah, this here would be nice. All right, so welcome to Twitch. What? Mate, I'm in my... Man. No, I don't want the web app. I want to be able to alter. Yep. So I'm in my own channel. Really? Oh dear. No. I'm in my own channel and I can't access my own channel. All right. Hey fam, has everybody heard the news overnight? Barsby. That Jack, how are you? Gripper, how are you? Has everybody heard the news overnight with Twitch? I don't know whether there's any merit to it, but I think there is. Apparently there was a mass shooting in Buffalo, New York this morning, and the gunman streamed it on Twitch. So, not good. Oh yeah, it's not too bad, Jack. This is salmon weather, for sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, rhino. Sorry, mate, that's the Twitch thing there. Right, so we've got that going. We've got the chat up on YouTube. I don't even know who's in there, but hang on a second, famo. Yeah, it's because of the, you know what I mean. Just give me a second, fam. I'll just sort this out on the laptop, and then we'll start the stream. Hey, thanks to the 80 people that are in here. Come on. All right, that's good. Aloha, Brooks. Aloha, how are you, mate? Yeah, I'm good, Tony. Yourself, bud? Let's leave that on there. All right, 7 people on our YouTube channel. Cybertrouts. Thanks, Cybertrouts. Good to see you here, mate. And look, big thank you to everyone that's watching on both platforms. If you're... Oh, yeah? As well as an old bloke can do, mate. You know what it's like. For the people that are in the stream that don't know about our other platform, right? Can you please go across and subscribe for free on our YouTube channel? It would be greatly appreciated. The VOD from today is going to get stored on the YouTube channel. Cybertrouts, welcome. Thank you to the 8 people that are on YouTube and the 80 odd that are on Twitch. Let's get into it, people. Now, we've got a new reel we're going to try. Dun, 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 dun. This is the new Penn long cast reel that we bought last week, fam. All right. Giggles, how are you, mate? Welcome, bud. So I loaded that with 30-pound fire line. Quite looking forward to using it. Where did the fire line finish up though? What? Oh no, not again. Oh, there it is. Right. So what we will be doing is putting this on one of the rods, and we're going to see if a long cast reel actually does make any difference. I already know the answer, but I'm going to show everyone in real time, okay? So, just out the back here, there's a reef that, if you can reach it, you're guaranteed good fish. So what we'll be doing is we'll be putting the long cast Penn on the 10-foot one-piece rod, okay? And then we'll be having the 9.5-foot rod put aside. That way, if a school of salmon comes along, we're going to ping a popper at them, okay? So I'm quite looking forward to using this reel. Right, long cast reel. Yeah, Ducky, we get it, mate. You live stream, bud. So please don't come out into the stream, right, and just self-promote yourself, mate, okay? If you're going to come into the stream, interact with everyone, say, hey, everyone, how you going, rada, rada, rada. Don't just come in and use your emotes, mate, because that's really tacky, okay? Like, really tacky. So, bless. Okay, our community is not here for everyone else's benefit, mate. Our community is here because they're a good group of people from all over the world, you know? So, quite looking forward to this, famo, because this should cast the rigs that we've been using absolutely off the charts. Looking forward to it. Now there's a little bit of weed around, the reason why I'm not rushing to get a bait out there, right? All right, well that's how that goes, I guess. Well, Tony, I keep telling you, mate, you know, iPhones, the best streaming phone that has ever been invented is the Samsung Galaxy S22, right? I'm not even using the Galaxy to live stream this. I'm using an old 20, but I know how to tweak the settings to get the maximum out of it, okay? So you can see clearly at the, like what the beach is doing, okay? You can see what I'm doing, right? Brooks H, how are you, bud? Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Okay. Yeah, the 22's on another level, famo. Right, let's get some rigs done. Excursion America, how are you, bud? Welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for the kind words. Do you stream yourself on YouTube or what? Yeah, it's not too bad, Ducky. Oh, yeah, Rhino, seriously, mate, if you're of the mindset that you're going to get your emotes to get people to follow you, give up streaming, because it's just the biggest and most falsely represented thing out there, you know? Rightio, I might even use the rig that we got the fish on last time just to be cheeky. Hey Brooks, how are you, mate? Yeah, that's what it's about, mate. You know, on this stream we like to give away real things, not stuff that you can't really, you know, sort of, you know what I mean? Actually use, you know? Because some people will do a giveaway and like they'll give out, I don't know, like channel points or something. Yeah, like that's tangible, you know? North Carolina. What sort of fishing? Is that predominantly fresh up there, bud, in North Carolina or what? Easy shaky fish. You get roof racks. right? And you point the butt of the rod at the front of the car and hope you don't hit a duck. Gripper. Gripper's a legend. All right, famo. Oh, that's the second giveaway we've done now, Brooke. We're also, we've given away a ambassador reel made in Sweden. So, right, so here we are. This is the rig that we did the damage with last time, fam, so may as well stick to a good thing, eh? Freshwater mountain and Atlantic Ocean. North Carolina has largest billfish tournament in the world. Well done, mate. Whoo, billfish. Now we're talking. All right. Rightio. So, famo, this is the strategy for today, right? We've got a reef here that's just in close. So what'll happen is, with a lot of your fish species, they'll come in at the front of the reef, they'll head out that way and then come back out. So I'll teach you how to read a beach, right? I'll teach you how to read a beach. How are you, Gaz? Now, so suss this out, right? Wherever you've got shallow water like here, okay? Wherever you've got shallow water like here, you know where you see this wash that there's shallow water. So that's a reef, right? There's one here and there's another one a bit further down. So what we're doing, see this reef that's here? There's a little reef that's just in here. So what we're doing is we're fishing the beach side of the reef. Right, so the fish will come in, hang around the reef for food. What we're going to do is either fish straight out here or in an angle just behind the reef. But it's better to fish straight out, because if you do hook a big fish, they usually head straight for the reef anyway, you know? All right. Gaz, how's life treating you, bud? You well? Right, let me get my hat because I'm bald. Da 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 da. Now, we have some major news, fam. 5th day off, well done. Sky City, welcome. All right, we have some big news, fam. We've been granted our Australian agencies back again. So the online store will be up and running by the end of July in preparation for spring. This rod that you see here, I've had that rod for 10 years, caught and released, I don't know, thousands of fish on it live on stream. These will be landing in July, so if anybody would like to use the same fishing rod that I use live on stream, or the same fishing rod that Shook uses, because he's one of 2 other people in the whole of the country that have got them, they'll be available for sale, okay? So we've got over, what is it? There's over 2,500 products that'll be on the website. And if you're a member on our YouTube channel, you'll get a special discount rate because you're a member on the YouTube channel, okay? Johnny Fave, how are ya? Hey Gavin, how are you, mate? Good to see you, bud. Right, let's get this done. What's wrong with this? I know what's wrong with this. Hang on, fam, I've just got to get a little float to put on this. Hang on. Hope life's treating you well, Johnny Fave. Big Gav, hope life's treating you well too, mate. Now, what do we do here? Did I... Hey? What happened there? Oh. And this is the other beauty of using a phone. Unlike a backpack, you can zoom in straight away. Not on there. Not on there. Hey! Ha ha! Now people, see that little float there? Okay? That makes the difference sometimes between catching fish and not catching fish, fam. True story. Show you why in a second. Gav, the FA Cup is red this year, bud. What a game. It's a bit of a cruel way to go out, though. Now, you got to feel sorry for Chelsea. 3 seasons in a row, they've made the final of the FA Cup and then lost it, you know. Poor buggers. Certainly will, Cyber Trouts. I've got that all organised. I've got to reopen my Star Trek account. No, not at all, Ducky. Mate, Ducky, I've done 5,500 hours of streaming, mate. I've heard every single excuse under the sun, bud. Right? So, yeah, don't try and throw a guilt trip on me just before you go out, mate. Right? If you're going to a new community for the first time, go in, interact with everyone. All you're doing when you spam your own emotes is look at me, bud. So spare me. It's not a daycare centre, bud. All right? This is a live stream, okay? So, yeah, not going to work here, bud. I've heard them all, bud. The funniest one was when someone come in and did that and said they needed a kidney or something. I was like, oh, really? Anyways, let's see how we go. Hey, Sly Stealth, how are you, bud? So, Cyber Trouts, yeah, we'll be able to ship all over Australia, and I can even get product sent to the States and Europe, mate. So, don't stress about that, bud. Oh, yeah, that's right, Goldar. Just one. Daz Dan, how are you, bud? Yeah, mate. Good to see you here. Thanks for the support. Just trying to show support. Really, kids? Wow. Hey. All right. Do-do-do-do-do. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. See that boat that's out there? Cha-ching. We know we're on the right spot. And with that pen reel, hopefully we're going to make him a bit nervous. Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da. That locked in nicely. I love using Berkeley Fireline. This is going to cast like an absolute beast too. Jimmy Thumb Drive, how are ya? Welcome everyone. Thanks for the support on both platforms, famo. Now this is brand new line, so I need to lay this out on here. I'm just going to go and cast it out and test it. Lovely, look at that. Obviously it's going to be a bit more difficult with the bait on there, but at least we're onto it. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. All right, fam, so we have a bit of shore wash out there. So what's happened is, with the storm dying down, the weed that was left over after the storm is within about the first 30 feet of the beach. So when we cast it out, we've got to leave it, okay? All right. Do you have dogfish tuna near that region of Australia? No, you got to go offshore, Excursion America. Mind you, up north, from about, I'd say, Quabba up, or Wago even, they've caught dogfish tuna off Wago at Kalbarri, mate. We're going to do a week stream up there soon. So yeah, with our technology, we were streaming about 40 kilometres south of Kalbarri, right? And we just had a bad run, I think. But towards the end of May, we're going to shoot off for 3 or 4 days. You what? Wesha, how are ya? Sniper Steve, welcome, bud. So yeah, with the dogfish tuna, they have caught them from the shore, which is very rare. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a muley out first, just to see what's out there. No. And then after we put the muley out, what I'll do is I'll go straight to the mullet, fam. Come on. Rightio. That's better. Very turbulent out there, Famo. Well, we've got issues, fam. There's a lot of current and rip out there. I can't hold bottom. You're welcome, Excursion America. Hey Hepburn, how are you, bud? Hazemaker, welcome. Not yet, but we will do, mate, because I've got some landing mats turning up from the United Kingdom, like proper. All right, we've got a little bit of weed to contend with out there, fam. That's why I'm not using the mullet yet. So don't stress about that. At least we're fishing the beach side of it. Hang on. Might have to go to a snapper lead. I'm going to have to go down to the water and cast this, I think. Oh, come on, just grip. That's better. Now we're talking. Right, let's get another rig done up. Glasgow FIFA, how are you, bud? And lived in the, oh, okay. Rang, how are you, bud? A what? Give it a Kentucky cast. Does Kentucky cast further than most other places, does it? Or is that a thing? Or is that just a biased Kentucky attitude, which you're perfectly entitled to do, man? Dun, 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 dun. Whoops, all my swivels fell out. Well, Tony, for under $250, you will not find a reel that can do what that reel does. Okay? You will not find a reel that can do what that reel does. All right? No. Never sell what works, Tony. I learnt that the hard way. And never lend out your fishing gear. Rightio. Oh, that's weed again. Well, that's a bit of a pain. All right, fam, we're gonna have to change our rigs in a second. All right, let me just get this small rig sorted and then we'll just figure it out, okay? That's right, Glasgow. Bias Kentucky attitude. Hey, look, if you can back it up, why not? I was hoping the weed would have gone by today, fam, but anyway. Really looking forward to see how far this pen reel can cast, fam. Wait, where'd that go? Yeah, I was going to come down really early, but as you can see, there's not much weed on the beach, but it's all in here. But that's all right, we'll sort it out. I've caught plenty of fish amongst the weed, fam. Well, I'm just going to have a cast without bait. Even though this has been laid onto the reel, let's just see how much... Whoa. That feels really good. Oh, that is off the charts, famo. Did you just see that? And that's not even using the really stiff rod, the graphite rod. This is the fiberglass rod. Hey, here comes that shore swell. Now people, there's a little lesson there. What I've done is I cast out with the snapper lead, all right? Yeah, thank you, Excursion America. Hard day's night, however. Oh, that's how it goes, hard day's night. The issue is with the platform, bud. You're just gonna have to, I can't do anything about it, mate. It just happens when I use multi-stream. It's just another rip-off from Streamlabs, but anyway. So that snapper lead pulled through the weed, okay? Great, bit of food for thought there. Now, what I'm gonna do, with the grapnel sinker that we use, because it's got the wires coming off it, every bit of weed it's going to drag like an anchor. We're going to swap out to a snapper lead and just pump out a big cast. We're going to need at least, I think, 8 to 10 ounces today. This fishing rod can cast up to 16 ounces and baits. I've done it. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple of small baits on here, just some squid, right? And then with that squid, we're going to send it out. Then we're going to put that on there. I'm going to get some mullet out, right? And then hopefully we can get a fish. But yeah, see that little bit of shore break there? When that hit, there's a gutter going right the way along the beach here, right up between the reef and that sort of stuff. So now, famo, when you're using baits, try and make the most out of all your baits, right? Yeah, that's right, Melbourne weather. Right. So what I've got here is I've got the tentacles from the squid. Yeah, that's exactly right, Glasgow. Hey Jimmy, can you just ease up on the smack talk, mate? You know, with the whole association and all the rest of the stuff. Just enjoy the stream, mate. Okay? Right, so what I've done is I'm putting a squid tentacle on each one of these hooks. I'm going to send it out there slightly frozen so it stays on the hook, and then that way when it gets out there it'll defrost in the water. That will tickle the fish's nose, and then hopefully we get some fish. Now people, if someone can please clip this on both platforms, we're going to do a real-time test of the pen reel now, okay? So count the air time. Oi. Wow, I went here, the bail arm was open and I bumped it, and then I went here and I closed it. That's pretty sensitive. Oh, that's really sensitive. Let's do that again, shall we? Hang on a minute. What? Wow, that's a good reel. Actually, what happened there? Oh yeah. Well, that should have held together actually, but it didn't, which is a good thing. So now what I'm going to do is redo this rig. I hope they still clipped it though. That, with the stiff rod, yes, but not with the fiberglass rod. That should have cushioned it. And that's 30-pound trace and it still did that. I'll tell you what, famo, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a couple of cross-line swivels, because this, look, it just peeled. I'm not buying that again. Jordan, how are you? South Wales in the UK, eh? Yeah, Tangles they call me. Right, I got given some swivels during the week. Rightio, actually let's swap out to the snapper lead and we'll get that going now. WATP, how are you, bud? Oh, I did, Benton, but the thing is, I'm using the MT8120 and that's a fairly soft action rod in comparison to the graphite. Normally, and I mean, I didn't even try and load that up that much. What it'll do is it'll go and come back. That bottom dropper loop just peeled like a banana. Seriously, people, this Penn Longcast reel is the real stuff. Pardon the pun, but it is the real deal. Let me get that out. The good thing it is, fam, a lot of people bang on about distance when they cast, right? It's not so much distance. If you need to cast to a spot to get a bait there to improve your chances of getting a fish, great. You've always got to cast to a target. Now, oh, there we go. It may look deceptive, but that is not a ram's sinker, okay? Tony, I don't use too big a hooks, mate. Right, I just use size 4 for my small hooks. The thing is, famo, if you use really small hooks and really small baits, you'll catch everything, but a lot of it will be small, right? But if you use slightly bigger hooks, you'll catch less fish, but they'll be predominantly bigger. So, time to use Cecil. There's less weed in the waves there. Waves there too, fam, which is good. I'm going to put another muley on here, right? And then once the weed disappears, I'll swap out to a muley or a herring. I don't want to waste bait while we're waiting for the weed to go. Whew, that's a heavy weight. That was a good cast with a 10-ounce sinker. That is not going anywhere. Look, stuck already. Whew. Most rods say they can cast that weight, but they can't, you know. Yeah, I do WATP. So, Cinchi, how are ya? Piontas, how are you, bud? Tony, the biggest problem with pyramid sinkers, buddy, is if you've got the slightest bit of weed or you've got the slightest bit of submerged rock, your pyramid sinker will grip, okay? That's the only problem with them. Other than that, they're pretty good. Hey Cal, how are you, bud? Right, I don't normally use cross lines, but I'm going to today. Like I said, I got given some swivels. Whatever's out there that wants to hit the bait. So, you know, I'd like to get a salmon and that sort of stuff, but we can't be choosy, fam. You know, that whole tournament mentality, yeah, whatever. Brooks, how are you, mate? Now, hello, Fastback. How are you, brother? Thanks for your support on Twitter, mate. Yeah, I've got some little cross-line swivels here that I'm going to use. I don't normally use them, but I bought that line that sort of packed itself in a bargain bin, and I can see why now. Hopefully there's a few whiting out the back today. So whereas previously that sinker was gripping everything because of the wires coming off it. Oh, aloha Brooks, how are you, bud? Jim Joe 007, yes, mate. You're very lucky to be able to catch those bass. They're a lovely looking fish. I'm just going to swap this line out. I'm going to use 30-pound main, and then I'm going to swap to a... going to use 30-pound main and then swap to a... probably about a 15-pound lateral, I think, fam. There is WATP. I'm going to be doing one up soon, bud. At least we saved the hooks, though. That sinker is held bottom, fam. I've got that little float on the hooks. So that's a hit. That's not weed, that's a hit. There's something just... Okay, that's good. So what'll happen is normally the weed's sort of like a blanket on the bottom. What? What's a wallabong? Oh, we don't know, Brooks. We'll probably get nothing, mate, but we've still got a chance with the bait in the water, you know, bud? Yet again, issues with connection. Hang on, let me just go. Nice. Hey, easy. Size 6 is good. Tell you what, Jim. Let's make life easier for ourselves. let's put the most used item up the front and everything else down the back, son. Why not? That might work. Nicely, nicely. There we go. Bit of food for thought there. Yeah, Hiluxes are a good buck, mate. I've owned Hiluxes for over 10 years, never had a headache. James, the only problem with that, buddy, is if you've got a chemically sharpened hook, that's a really good way of blunting it, mate. In the old days, you could sharpen hooks, but once chemically sharpened hooks are sort of blunt, they're blunt, you know. I mean, with chemically sharpened hooks, Famo, a lot of the game fishers stopped using them because when they were trolling them around, after a while they went blunt. 12 pound, 20, hey, 15. That's seen better days. Yeah, so I don't expect to get anything on a muley, fam. We'll only start catching fish when we get the herring and the mullet out there, okay? Which is not too far away. But once we can bring that in without any snags on it, then we'll start doing that. No, too much weed. That's right. All right, famo. Remember what I said? Something was having a look at that. Well, well, well. That's a bit of a bite, isn't it? Whew. Now, I don't know what would have hit that, but that's... Last time I saw a straight edge like that on a bait like that, it was up north. Let's do that again. Okay, so that hit that from the tail, not from the head, so that could be a salmon. Hang on, fam, I'm just going to bait this for a fish that hits the bait from the tail, or tailor, that's what it was. Could have been a good tailor, or bluefish as you call them, Tony. That thing's the size of a cowbell, isn't it? I could probably go a size 8 snapper lead and still hold bottom, but we'll just stick with this one for now. Just going to leave that for there. Let's get this other little rig done and we're away. Right. So where did I put it now? Here it is. The saltwater piranha. Dan, how are you? No WETP, I don't use a hammer, mate. I just use the actual rod holders themselves. Okay, once that braid disappears a bit, Thermo, once the weed disappears a bit, right, then we'll start using a slightly smaller sinker. It's a bit rough. Da, 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 da. And the thing is, people, there's no rules with fishing. You can sit there and surmise as much as you want about when you're going to get a fish, right? But until you're actually out there trying to catch them, you'll never know. Okay? That's better. Now that's better. I'll try not to trip the bar arm this time. Old, how are you, bud? Yeah, I'll do that in a second, mate. People, if you go to the YouTube channel, I've got a heap of VODs showing people how to do knots. Okay, I've got a short out at the moment. Hey, Cal, can you get the link to the YouTube short and just put it in the chat? If you could go and check that out, fam. I'm showing people how to do a loop knot. You don't have to force the pipe, mate. You just rock it backwards and forwards with the point facing like closest to you, and then just swap it around when you put it in there. That's too much hard work, Cal. Oh, we're going to find out in a second. Jimmy, I'm in Australia, bud. Okay, so that's probably not going to do any like help to me at all. Rightio. Nearly there. No, don't use uni knots, mate. Uni knots, once you start getting bigger fish, it's a bit hard, Brooks. You know, the conditions aren't the best. It might clean up in a couple of hours. It's still a bit murky, but you've got to be here when the conditions are clearing up, you know. But we'll see. We'll get something. Hey, look, Jimmy, with all due respect, mate, I'm in Australia, right? And if this gentleman's in the US, I'm sure they've got plenty of people in the United States they can choose from, buddy. Right? So I don't know how anyone from Australia would be of any great benefit to them, you know? Dun, 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 dun. All right, take two, and I'll try not to flip over the bar arm this time. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Right. Okay, lock that in. That's off the charts, fam. Absolutely effortless. Wow. Normally when you use reels that don't have long cast spools, you hear like duk, 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 as the line's trying to lay off the reel. That was effortless. Positively scary. All right, we just got to wait for this weed to clear up, famo. Now I'm just going to get a different size sinker, and away we go. Europrop, how are you, bud? X-ray specialist punk, how are you, brother? Alright, that's an 8. I've got a 10 on there. No, that's a 12. Alright, is that weed or fish? Let's find out. That's weed, fam. Now famo, notice how since I've changed to the snapper leads, our sinkers are coming up clean. There's no weed on there. That's because it pulls through the weed much like a knife. So let's have another cast. Look, we're not sponsored by Penn on this channel, but this reel that I got, the long cast Penn 7500, absolute pleasure to use, fam. It's like a Rolls Royce. That just landed then. Okay, I think this weed's clearing up. Hey, we got a bite! Yes! That's the way! We got a bite, fam! Hang on, we had a bite then. Go again, come on. It might just be whiting, but at least it's something. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, famo, so what we've done there is when you do your baiting for your hooks, let me show you how to bait a hook properly, okay? Right. So, when you bait your hooks, right, try and weave as much of the bait onto your hooks as possible, because what will happen is when the fish start picking at it, right, they'll obviously start trying to pull the bait off the hook. But if you weave as much of it as possible onto the hook, what will happen with the water movement, what will happen is, see how we've got that there? All that will happen is, as they chomp more of the bait off, it'll just slide down closer to the point for you, okay? Now, that is nothing short of sensational, fam. Seriously. I've got some spots down south now that we've got that reel. Big bit of weed coming up. Rightio, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to a slightly smaller sinker, right? Get rid of the cowbell. Hey, HTP, how are you, bud? Oh, well done, X-ray specialist punk. That's awesome, bud. No, that's not an 8, that's a 6. What are you doing, man? No, that is an 8. Chuck that out there. Right, one more muley, then we'll go to a herring. No, that's just weed. Yep, that just got it out that 10 yards further. We might be in for a bit of luck. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we've got enough bait left on there, hang on. Did you see the airtime on that cast? Wow. All right, so we've got 2 baits in the water, good work. We might rig up this surface popper now, Famo. H2P, F1UT, how are you, bud? From the other side of the globe. Oh, you're welcome, X-Ray Specialist. And a big shout out to all viewers on both platforms. How are you today? Sorry about the late start, Famo. Liverpool won the FA Cup last night. So, okay, time to defrost a big bait now. We're casting wonderful distances from the shore with this now, fam. All right, we're managing to hold bottom with 8 ounces of lead, which is good. Shingle, how are you, bud? Very quiet day today, Famo. Hopefully once this weed clears up, we'll change bait in a second, so. Yeah, not too bad, Shingle. All right, let's wait for a bite. I'm just going to defrost from some mullet. Let's actually use some herring first. This was the cleanest part of the beach in terms of weed, fam. That side and that side, there was too much weed on the beach. So that's why we've just had to wait for it to calm down a bit, you know. Dun, 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 dun. Good old freezer burn, eh? That's weed, and that's weed. Just got to wait for a bite, Famo. I'm just going to let this defrost and then we'll start using it. Very little wind around today, fam. Let's have a look at that. Aren't seagulls the most annoying bird? Hey there, Hanso, how are you, bud? Amos, what's going on, bud? Wigs, yeah, not so far, mate. Thanks everyone that's tuning in. What we've had is a bit of a blow up over the last couple of days, and this morning and last night it sort of calmed down. I knew there was going to be a bit of weed around, but what I'd do is I thought I'd come down and just try our luck, you know. So it's not really an ideal time of the month to go fishing for various numbers of reasons, but there's no rules, fam, you know. Hey, that's a fish. That was a fish. Come on. What you'll find in these sorts of conditions, you'll catch skipjack from the beach because they come in, but there should be a snapper out there, fam, you know? So we're gonna swap to the herring bait in a minute. Gonna put that on the big sucker. But it's the same old story, you don't know. I mean, we can only surmise, you know? There's a lot written about fishing, fam, but there's no science, exact science to it, you know what I mean? So next time you go fishing and you don't catch anything, you don't get disheartened and just go, meh, whatever, and you go out again, you know? I've had heaps of fishing trips where I've caught nothing, fam, right? It is the norm. So when you do catch something like the last stream that we had, it makes it all the better, you know? Just going to check the bait on this. All right, we've had something hit the bait, fam. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to rebait and use the same bait that we had. Yep. All right. So let's count the air time on this cast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, if I had this on the Shimano rod, we'd be hitting boats from the shore. Righto, come on. Okay, so yeah, you don't need a backpack. You know what I mean? What's that? Cow? Oh, well, cow, what you need to do with white bait, you need to use really small gang hooks, 4 by size 4, 7, 6 DT, and then they'll stay on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, famo, so what we've done is we've managed to figure out the conditions, right? There is a little bit of weed out there, but because we're using the little float that I've got there and we're using that shaped sinker, we've only got a little bit of weed on the swivel. So now we can use a different bait because we've managed to figure it out, okay? Let's make this worthwhile for the fish, yeah? I'm going to make this bait worthwhile for the fish. Oops. There we go. Nicely, nicely. Oops. All right, let's hope this does the trick now. Most of the weed has cleared up from the waves. That's a really good cast to position. What I'm doing, every cast I'm doing, I don't know whether you can see it on the stream, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out exactly where the reef is. Right, once I figure out where the reef is, you know, I'll cast and there's a bit of a bump, then I'll cast to that same spot every time. Right. Great, so we've got that set there. We've got this set here, it's all good. Now, that was a bump. Just gonna wait for some fish to turn up, fam. Normally they turn up a couple of hours before high tide. So we've still got a little bit to go yet, you know. Ocean Buzzy, how are you, bud? Fishing Eddie, welcome. Shanky Beard, how are you, bud? Thanks to the 200 viewers on Twitch and our 15 viewers on YouTube. Thank you very, very much. Like I said, it was always going to be tough conditions, but we've just got to wait and see how we go, you know. That's better. Almost on cue. It's going to be a long time between bites when they do turn up, famo, so. Just got to let this weed sort itself out. Vandercan, how are you, bud? Yeah, good wigs. I've dropped 40 pounds, so it's a lot better. Yeah, that's right, Cal. You don't know whether you're going to catch anything or not. So you got more chance of catching a fish with a bait in the water, fam. Simple. You know you've got rough conditions when you can't hold bottom with an 8-ounce sinker. Then you go to a 12-ounce. Now that was something showing a bit of interest. Hang on. Steady. Okay, I'm going to put that back. And I'm not going to muck around with that, we're just going to leave it. Leave that out there. Like the other day, fam, we had absolutely nothing. And then out of nowhere, whoompa, the fish started biting, you know. I think we've got another wave of weed coming through. Coco, aloha, how are you, bud? Ronnie Gibson, how are you, bud? What's going on? Good to see you, mate. How's beautiful Hawaii, Coco? Boom, 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 da, 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 da. It's a quiet old day, fam. It's a very quiet old day. Anyway, we still battle on. Lee, how are you, bud? Nice one, Coco. Yeah, Pulsar, I don't respond to silly questions, mate. Yeah, why would you ask such a silly question, pal? So, hey, sorry about that, Ronnie. Right. Come on. Virgil, how are you, bud? Oh, I just buy them, Ring. Sorry about that, Ronnie. You got hidden for some reason. Don't know why, bud. Really? Oh, my apologies, Pulsar. Our salmon are not your salmon. Sorry, sir. You have like the Samo species, sir. Our salmon are more like a giant saltwater perch. I don't know, I can't remember the scientific name, but your salmon are the proper salmon. So they have the pink flesh and the orange flesh and that. Ours are a totally different saltwater species, sir. Sorry about that. Oh, I had nothing to do with it, Virgil. No, not at all, Ron. That's just the new, as soon as you, what is it? I think as soon as you put, oh, anyway. But that's not us, that was actually Streamlabs, I don't know why. That is absolutely off its head. That is absolutely off its head. Hey, bit of salt water. Yay. Nothing like a bit of salt water in the veins, fam. I'm getting the odd bite from little fish on there. Sorry about that, Pulsar. Karma, how are you? In South Australia? Oh yeah, Pulsar, that's right. So your salmon over there are like a bigger trout, right? Whereas over here it's a saltwater species. So yeah, if we get one today, you'll see. But 90 pounds, that's a big salmon. Yeah, well that's right, Pulsar, half your luck. Unfortunately in Western Australia they did bring in some Atlantic salmon, but they never did anything with them and released them in the rivers, which was a bit silly. I wish they did. I think today's going to be a bit of a waste of time, fam. But anyway, we're here, we just got to wait, you know. One good thing about today is that Penn Longcast reel is a very good reel for what we want to use it for, you know. Get high, what do you do? We've had the odd small fish pick at it. What I might do, Famo, is I might bring that long cast reel in, okay? Lotinus, how are you, mate? Not yet. Okay. Cooper, how are you, bud? We're using herring on that one. And we're just using a couple of bits of squid on here. There's a fair bit of dirty water out here, fam. So there should be something hiding amongst it, you know. Thanks, Ron. Have a good day. All right, famo, so the weed's starting to clear up now. Good. I'm just going to rig up another rod with a surface popper, and let's see if we can get a salmon on a surface popper. Very quiet, but that's how it goes. Hey Will, how are you, bud? Yeah, we don't fish for sharks on this channel, mate. And Mako are a deep sea shark, so you'd need a boat to get one of them, you know. I'm just going to try and, I'm actually going to cast directly at the reef now, man. That'll do. Not really much going on there, is there? That didn't work out too well. Right, the reef is absolutely covered in weed, fam. Starry, how are you, bud? Old Faithful, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, each to their own, Latinus. No, not at all. Will caught too many sharks in the ocean in the early days, mate, so don't go swimming in the ocean at all. Okay, that was our first bite on the big rod today, fam, so let's hope something's going to come of this. Might get something a bit closer to the middle of the day. Okay. Come on. You would think with the little gutter that we've got in front of us, there'd still be something coming into the shore, fam, but don't know yet. Hey, Culpable, how are you, bud? DG, how are you, bud? Mr. Magoo, welcome, bud. Yeah, what game were you playing, Lieutenant? That does that to you, doesn't it? Yeah, there's something going on out there, fam. I don't know what it is, but I hope we find out very shortly. Yeah, that Penn Longcast spool. Yeah, there is a bit, DG. Yeah, we do have, Will, but all in good time, mate. You can only do cooking streams at certain times of the year, bud, because there are fire bans for about 5 months of the year through the hotter months, you know. I'm going to head down south at some stage, fam, but they had 4 metre swells on the beaches down there, which makes it nearly impossible to fish, you know. Bugger. Yeah, a little bit, Will. It's not a bad day, Famo. The conditions are okay. We've just got the tail end of this storm to contend with, you know. I think my next cast is going to be in that direction. We'll give it till about lunchtime and then we'll see how we go. Culpable, how are you, bud? Oh, it's good, Lieutenant, isn't it? Look, people, if you're in our Twitch channel, right? Please do me a favour, okay, and go across and subscribe for free on YouTube. Today's VOD is going to be saved on the YouTube channel, not on the Twitch channel, right? Hello, how are you there? I don't know how to pronounce, hang on, let's have a look. Translate to English. Translate to English. Oh, Master in the Folk, how are you? Welcome to our YouTube channel, my friend. No, I don't watch much television at all, mate. Thank you very much, Lieutenant. And look, people, we've got a heap of YouTube shorts and YouTube VODs. If you've got a bit of time, check them out. Join the Discord. Yeah, sure, Pulsar. You can use smaller ones for your salmon, I think. Yeah, I don't watch Master in the Folk. I don't watch television, mate, to comment, you know. So basically what they are is they're just little surface poppers that pop for the saltwater, see? That one got hit by something up north. And what they do is they have like a rattle in them. Okay, so yeah. Halco surface poppers. That one's 105 millimeters. Okay. Right. So what's happened is the ocean's calmed down a bit. We actually have a little bit of a weak easterly, southeasterly. So it's clearing up. So let's have a look. All right, Famo, I can confirm that we did have a proper bite there from a larger fish because we've lost a bait. Yeah, nice one, Culpable, you do it. Master in the Folk, welcome. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to cast at a different angle now. Oh, sugar. Super smooth reel, fam. Wow. Lovely. Hey there, Kiwi Aaron, kia ora, bro. No, mate, it's been a very quiet day. We're fishing the tail end of a storm and hoping that we can get something, so, you know. It's a little bit of weed around in the water, so not the 420 stuff, obviously. Now, that's a fish. Come on. There's a bite. Whew, there we go. First bite, come on. Let's go again. Come on, fishy. It must be lost. Come on. We'll just sort this one out in a minute. Excellent, famo. It's finally cleared up. Our hooks came in totally clean then. So, as long as we cast behind the shore break, we should be okay. Tootsies, how are you, Glass Mafia? We don't treat fishing as a competition, fam. We treat it as a form of enjoyment, so don't sweat on the small stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the abdominal section of this bait on. That's where most of the juices are in the fish, right? There's a bit of a storm out on the ocean over there. It looks a bit nasty. let that go a little bit too late, I did. Rightio, let's see what's out there. All right, we go again, Famo. There's no noise off that reel that sounds like a machine gun because it's not fighting to take the line off the reel. Glad we purchased that reel, fam. Yeah, it's cleaned up a bit, Will. Thanks, Tootsie. Western Australian herring. And we have just some squid on this one. We've got a couple of small rips in front of us, fam, you know, so there's plenty of water movement and activity. Now, one thing I need to try, fam, is I'm going to try and change the sample rate of the audio. Yeah, it's saltwater tootsies. Brother man, how are you, bud? So just let me know how the audio goes when I just change it and test it. Here. Right. Now, why did that bunch up? We must have had a fresh lot of weed come through, fam. All right, let's go again. Hang on. Gonna need taller sand spike, I think. Right, yeah, let's test this audio. Now, is that in sync or not? Hey, Xander, nothing at all, mate. It's been terrible. Now, is that in sync or not? Hey, Xander, nothing at all, mate. It's been terrible. That's nowhere near it. Hang on, fam. Dogman, how are you? It's a Swanee, pal. A New Zealand company. They make great shirts. Right, so okay, let's see how this goes now. Welcome, Xander. Okay, let's see how this goes now. Welcome, Xander. No, nowhere near it. It's nothing to do with the sample rate, fam. It's just the audio on the platforms. So I need to figure out the delay. Oh dear. I need to figure out the delay, but there's, yeah, I mean, how do you do that? Well, famo, we've got a bait in the water. We'll give it till 12 o'clock. If we don't get anything, that's life. Yeah, they're called Swanees, Dogman. Just look them up online, pal. Oh, yeah, maybe where you are, Xander, but down here, we're not really having that luxury, mate. This is why I'm out here, because normally when you have the storms, the pinkies, the Mulloway and the salmon come in, but this beach has been dead for a while. And unfortunately, I don't have like 24 to 48 hours. A 1 second video delay, yeah, that's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, Xander, we've actually caught snapper from this spot before live on stream, but today, nothing, you know. We are, I think, 1 day shy of the new full moon, which doesn't help. See you, Cal. $200 a month for 45 gig, nowhere near that. Hey, Captain Rob's Adventures, how are you, bud? Culpable, can we have a shout out for Captain Rob's Adventures, please? Sorry, Xander? It's a bit of a silly question, mate, isn't it? Hey, Hug Ledbetter. Oh, come on. We've got a gutter, we've got a bit of a rip, everything, nothing. Same one as last time, Will. No, we've had a few casts with it, Hug. Very good reel. But we haven't caught anything on it yet. But that's okay. Thank you, Culpable. Just give me a second, fam. No, I haven't seen him for a while, Will. All right, so the conditions are starting to calm off a little bit. The southwesterlies just come in. So what'll happen is with this southwesterly, if it stays weak like this, we could get Taylor. But like I said, I think the full moon's tonight or tomorrow. Usually, sometimes you fluke it a day or two either side. But as a rule of thumb, it's not really the best time of the month to go fishing, you know? Okay. Well, we've got a bait out there. We just got to wait, fam. That's all we can do. Nah, only a couple, Reed, but no hookups, mate, you know. Old Faithful, with all due respect, mate. Hey, there's one. Why would you want to go to Esperance in July, which is the middle of winter, bud? If you were going to go down to Esperance, you'd want to go October, November when the big Mulloway come in. All right, bit of weed out there again. Excuse me. What? What's happened there? Come on, get out of there. Ah, that's why. Yeah, it's a bit rough out there, fam. No. What are you doing? Okay, that's got to go through there. Okay, that's better. That's one of the best casts we've done today with this rig. See, on the south coast you get a lot more silver brim. And silver brim thrive in these conditions. Whereas here we don't get anywhere nearly as many, so. Oh, does she, Old Faithful? Good luck to you, mate. Yeah, don't tell anyone, Dogman. Cup of noodles, oh, okay. Oh, without ordering for delivery. Yes. Oh, I still got plenty of battery life there on the old microphones. Yeah, a bit of weeds come in, fam, so. Yep. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cast towards that reef over there. Right. And let's see if there's anything out here. Hang on. Eey. No. Don't wrap around the rod tip like that. More weed over there. No, surely not. Hang on. That wasn't a bite, I think that was a sinker moving on the bottom. Yes, well I think our day's done, fam. I will say one thing though, we've changed back to the Berkeley fire line, the Dyneema, no issues. Alright, so that's holding bottom, we'll just leave that to do its own thing. One of those days. Yeah, Hilux, Dogman. Hey DJ, how are you, bud? Snowy, behaving. Yep, this is fishing. This is the less glamorous side of fishing that you don't see, fam. That's how the cookie crumbles, famo. Dogman. Bit of a joke here, it's not Grinder, mate. Scotty, how are you, bud? Somerville, welcome, bud. Hey, Chris, nah, it's been an average day, mate. Just nothing around. I've had a few bites, that's about it. So, we've got one bait, fam. What we'll do is we'll use that bait, then once that bait's gone. Hey there, Wait, what? How are you, bud? Chris, how are you today, mate? You keeping well? But this is the sort of day, famo, where nothing's happening, and then out of nowhere you'll get one fish, you know? I'm hoping that happens today, but I don't see anywhere nearly as much weed in the waves as what I did before, right? And you've got nice, calm conditions and all the rest of the stuff, but that's fishing, isn't it? come on. Yeah, that's right, Stars Tell All. How are you today, mate? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I'm a bit stubborn like that. I can sit here for 2 days waiting for one bite, you know. We've had that before on plenty of trips. Nothing at all, right? Nothing at all for like a day and a half, and then boom, boom, 2 of the rods go off. You know, good sized fish, and then you go home, don't you? So. Now, hello. That yeah, I'm glad we bought this long cast reel, fam. Good work. There's some spots down south where you need a really good cast to get near structure, and we're going to be able to do that with this reel now, so that's good. Had a couple of hiccups before when I flicked the bar arm over accidentally, so I think there's still a layer of seaweed on the bottom there, fam, right? But, you know, it's like anything, you just got to fish through it, don't you? But see this weather that we've got today, this is shark weather. Even in Australia with insurance companies, if you've got to do outdoor activities, they have a loading in their insurance, because when it goes overcast, it brings in sharks much closer to shore. So that's something else that you got to realise as well, you know. That's just weed. Yeah, I think anything beats a day stuck in the office, doesn't it? Yeah, that southwesterly breeze is starting to pick up, fam. Well, we've had a heap of 4-wheel drives that pulled up a bit further down the beach. They went fishing for about half an hour to 45 minutes, and now they're heading back. So I think that sort of, you know, speaks volumes for today's conditions. But that's the thing with fishing, famo. You never know when it's going to change. Okay, and you could have bad conditions for hours on end, and out of nowhere it'll change like that. They're only very small fish though. All right, famo, we're going to change it up one more time. Now, I had a couple of small tentative bites out there when the bait was out further. All right, thank you, culpable. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to a slightly bigger sinker. And this time I'm going to hold bottom out there. Come on, in you go. Now what's going to happen is, because we're using the bigger sinkers, Doug, how are you, mate? Why would you go so fast on the beach with today's conditions, bud? This time it's going to actually hold bottom. It's probably going to hold the weed as well, but we've got to look through that. That is a magnificent cast. Okay. So straight away, right. Great. So what we've done now is we've actually held bottom. Good. That's good, we're all going well there now. Phil H. Oh, tell me about it, Phil. And I will say one thing though, Klopp showed a bit of class, mate, because the first thing he did was mention Chelsea. Okay? So, you know, bit of class there by the old boy. Rainy days, how are you, bud? Rusty, how are you, bud? Ovo, welcome. See, this is the good thing about braid in comparison to monofilament. Even though we've got fairly rough conditions, because I'm using braid, I've got a dead straight line going towards my sinker there, see? So unfortunately that's just a bit of weed brushing on the line. Hey Theo, that's because that is the magic trick. Oh, that's right, Phil. I mean, Liverpool started really well, first 15-20, then Chelsea hit back, and then in the second half, your boys came out and just took over, you know. So yeah, that's why there's no wind noise. That plugs into my Rode microphone. Trying to get audio out of the Rode microphone in these sorts of conditions is a waste of time. Fearless, how are you, bud? Bomb Dog, how are you, mate? What's going on? Hey, Unknown Rand, how are you, bud? Welcome. See, the thing is, Phil, and the logic behind today's trip was, you know, we've had the tail end of this storm, it's gone, and hopefully a few of the fish that have come in. Nothing at all, mate. We've had a heap of people that have come down the beach and that have left and that sort of stuff, so... Nice to see the chook chasers are turned up. Hey, Big Dave, how are you, bud? Unknown Rand, no, we've caught nothing. Gotta love the old chook chasers, eh? What happened was, one of the chook chasers was belting along here, and there's about this much of a wall. So I just dropped the rod tip and he got the idea and went back on the beach. Now, good, mate. Quiet, too much weed. One day this side of the full moon. It wasn't the ideal, but there's no rules with fishing, is there? You know, you go there for 2 days, 1.5 days, you get nothing, then you get a fish and go home. But anyway, so yeah, but it should be a bit further down. They've got the cut there. If you fish on this side of that, it's okay. Yeah, but still you'll have a hard time. But anyway, at least we haven't caught storm trumpeter. When you get them, you just go home. See you, mate. Well, rather uneventful. What's a small? Oh, stars tell all. Unfortunately, there aren't many beaches left in WA south of Perth that don't have too many people on them. If you want to go remote, you have to go north of Geraldton, you know. But even then, you'll still have people on there. So, I mean, what normally happens is in the winter, everybody heads north because the weather up there is still a little bit like the early summer. And don't worry, I do it too, so. And yeah, you know, I had a rough idea that we might have a chance of a fish, but you know, see, the high tide was this morning, the weeds sort of cleared up 2 hours after that, but it's like anything, you don't know, you've just got to go out and have a go. There's no right or wrong with fishing, fam. All right. So, and to give you an idea, the last 5 4-wheel drives that have gone past have had Mandurah license plates. So if Mandurah is packed out, they just head further south, you know. Okay, Big D, I reckon marshmallows on a campfire would have to be one of the most disgusting things I've ever eaten. Even the big ones, mate. You know, it's like hot snot. Ugh. And it's quite funny seeing people like fight over marshmallows, and it's like, just knock yourselves out. Yeah, that's not fish, that's weed. No, that's weed, Pulsar. What's happened is the line's bowed and the waves here are getting it. There's just weed on the line. So what happens is, once you cast out and set the sinker on the bottom, depending on the conditions, anywhere from 3 to say 10 minutes, what'll happen, the sinker will move in the sand closer towards you, then the line will start to bow. As soon as the waves closest to the shore hit it, it looks like a fish. See all the weed that's on the line? That's what made it look like that. So what happened was, see how the weed made the sinker move? Right? That's why we had it look like a fish. But that's okay, mate, well spotted. You can always tell when it's a real bite, you know? Let's go again. So what we'll do is we'll send it out again. Ideally, if you're going to get a fish when you've got these conditions, you'll get it within a minute or two of the sinker hitting the bottom. Because if you leave it any longer... Oh, let's have a look. So the same things happened here. Right, all this weed's caught the line. Oh, come on. That, on the other hand, we can't say we didn't catch anything today. No, this got dragged in early. See all the weed that's... So what's happened is, with all the weed beds and that are out there that have been smashed up in the storm, we've just got another wave of weed coming in. See, look. And now this isn't even the rig, fam. This is just the line, look. This is all kelp. So kelp is like a string type ribbon weed. So that might break the rod, don't do that. So we've got a fresh batch that's come through, fam. Now, one thing you've got to be careful when you're using braid is you've always got to be mindful of the top section of your rod, because braid having no stretch, if you bounce the fishing rod like I just did, it'll wrap around the tip. So whereas it may look like a fish has had a bite, it's not. God. Oh, come on, man. So there we go. Let's bring this in now. So what you've got here, and this is why I like using braid, because braid normally cuts through this, but this is the big bad weed fish, as we call it here, fam. There we go. Look, famo, after that, I think we might just call it a day, I think, because we actually fish for fish on our channel. We don't fish for subs and bits, you know what I mean? So, there is one other thing we can do, okay? It is something like that, bomb dog. Hey, Esparta, how are ya? It's fishing, mate. Actually, no. What I think we'll do, fam, it's now 10 to 12. I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry for no fish, but that's fishing, isn't it? I can't control that. Just going to find someone to raid. Right. Thank you to everyone that's given up their time to watch on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you. We'll be doing a lot more streams, okay? You're welcome, DJ. If you're in the stream and haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, can you please go across to YouTube and subscribe for free? A lot of our educational and tutorial type content is going to be on YouTube now, right? Oh, that's right, Cal. You don't get annoyed with it, mate. So, thank you very, very much. Mike, how are you, bud? Theo? All right, now. Harry, how are you, bud? Welcome, mate. Oh, you're welcome, Harry. All right, fam, we're going to go and raid Rhino, go and show him some support. The poor bugger's got COVID, right? And I'll see you soon. And to everyone on YouTube, thank you very much. Zed, how are you? We're just closing off, fam. We've had a very, very average stream, okay? All right, thanks very much for the support. Thanks for liking our live stream today. Let's just finish off from here.